flurry of high-level diplomatic activity, Russian President Vladimir Putin has held back-to-back phone calls with Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Chinese President Xi Jinping, at a time when the global spotlight is intensifying on his upcoming meeting with US President Donald Trump over the war in Ukraine. On August 8th, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Putin held what Indian officials described as a very good and detailed conversation. According to multiple Indian news outlets, the two leaders reviewed ongoing bilateral cooperation and reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the special and privileged strategic partnership. In a post on X, Modi said, "Had a very good and detailed conversation with my friend President Putin. I thanked him for sharing the latest developments on Ukraine. We also reviewed the progress in our bilateral agenda and reaffirmed our commitment to further deepen the India-Russia special and privileged strategic partnership. I look forward to hosting President Putin in India later this year." The call comes at a sensitive time, just days after Trump imposed an additional 25% tariff on Indian imports of Russian oil, raising the total duty to a hefty 50%. The move, according to experts, is widely seen as retaliatory, which is aimed at pressuring India to curb its strategic energy ties with Moscow. The Modi-Putin call followed an important in-person engagement. On August 7th, Indian National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met with Putin at Kremlin to discuss bilateral cooperation between the two countries. According to multiple news reports, Doval conveyed India's unwavering commitment to Russia in spite of outside pressure. During the meeting, which was also attended by Russia's Security Council Secretary Sergei Shoigu, Doval reiterated India's intent to expand cooperation in energy, defense, and security. As per latest reports, Putin accepted Modi's invitation to visit India later this year with gratitude. Meanwhile, Reuters reported that Putin also held a phone conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping. The call, made at Putin's request, comes as the Kremlin confirms an imminent meeting with the US President in the United Arab Emirates. A meeting aimed at reviving peace talks to end the nearly 4-year-old Ukraine conflict. Xi expressed China's support for the continuation of US-Russia dialogue. Welcoming the upcoming Trump-Putin meeting, Xi emphasized the need for a political settlement to the Ukraine war. The Chinese president also reiterated that complex issues have no simple solutions, and that China will always support making peace and promoting talks. Besides, responding to Trump's threats of further sanctions, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Guo Jiakun defended China's energy cooperation with Russia as legitimate, vowing to continue measures to secure energy stability based on national interest. The whirlwind of diplomacy comes at a time when Trump is facing increasing pressure to produce tangible results in his dealings with Russia. After meeting with his envoy Steve Witkoff in Moscow, Putin confirmed that both sides are interested in holding high-stakes talks, potentially in the UAE. But with rising distrust in Ukraine and skepticism across Europe, expectations for any breakthrough remain tempered. Putin has suggested he's open to including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in future talks only if certain conditions are met. As Putin builds a coalition of support across Asia, the question remains, will the upcoming Trump-Putin meeting be a step toward peace, or just another diplomatic flashpoint in an increasingly polarized world?